The story of Elisha, recounted in the Bible, is a tale of incredible miracles and profound lessons that continue to inspire. Elisha, a man of humble origins working the fields of Abel Mahola under the hot sun, had his life transformed when the prophet Elijah called him to follow a divine path. This call was marked by Elijah casting his mantle upon Elisha, a symbolic act signifying a new mission and a sacred duty. It was a moment where the ordinary became extraordinary, setting Elisha on a journey of faith and service that would define his destiny. Under Elijah's guidance, Elisha learned not just about performing miracles, but about the deeper truths of faith and obedience to God's will. The pivotal moment on Mount Carmel, where Elijah's God displayed unmatched power by consuming the sacrifice with fire from heaven, was a revelation that deeply impacted Elisha. It reinforced the supremacy of God and solidified Elisha's resolve to walk in faith despite the challenges ahead. Elisha's life thereafter was marked by numerous miracles, a testament to his unwavering faith and his role as a conduit for God's power. From parting waters to feeding the hungry miraculously, and even raising the dead, each miracle underscored Elisha's commitment to his divine calling. Through these experiences, he not only served as a beacon of hope for the people, but also deepened his own understanding of God's mercy and sovereignty. The story of Elisha is not just about miraculous events, but about the transformation of a man from a simple farmer to a prophet whose life exemplified faith and dedication. His journey alongside Elijah taught him the essence of divine service and prepared him for the challenges he would face. Elisha understood that while miracles showed God's power, it was his constant relationship with God that truly sustained him as a prophet. His time learning from Elijah prepared him for his future ministry and instilled hope, faith, and courage in his heart. Elisha's journey was just beginning, but each moment with Elijah brought him closer to his divine purpose. For those following his story, Elisha's experiences alongside Elijah reveal the mysteries of faith, the power of prayer, and the reality of a God who actively intervenes in human history. Through Elisha's perspective, people are invited to see not just past miracles, but the potential for miracles in their own lives, fostering a deep curiosity about God's presence in everyday life. In the ancient world, where the divine touched human lives, the shift from Elijah to Elisha was more than just a change in leadership. It was a spiritual journey filled with faith, prophecy, and a calling that would echo through time. This chapter of Elisha's life starts at a crucial point: Elijah's farewell. Elijah, known for his powerful acts in God's name, was nearing the end of his time on earth. As he journeyed with Elisha, they visited significant places of faith, giving Elisha chances to part ways, but Elisha's unwavering loyalty kept him by Elijah's side. "As the Lord lives, and as your soul lives, I will not leave you." Elisha vowed 2 Kings 2:2, showing his dedication to both Elijah and their divine mission. Their journey culminated at the Jordan River, where Elijah, mirroring Moses, parted the waters for them to cross. Elisha then made a bold request for a double portion of Elijah's spirit, seeking not just power, but the faith and strength to continue Elijah's legacy. Elijah's response depended on Elisha witnessing his departure. When Elijah was taken to heaven in a whirlwind, Elisha saw the chariot of fire, signifying divine approval of his request. He then took up Elijah's mantle, marking the start of his own ministry. This transition is a testament to God's enduring presence and an invitation to reflect on true leadership, legacy, and faith. As Elisha began his ministry, it promised a journey filled with faith, miracles, and divine power. The miracles performed by the prophet Elisha underscore his role as the legitimate successor of Elijah and demonstrate God's continuous care for his people. In one notable instance, recounted in 2 Kings 4:17, a widow facing severe financial distress sought Elisha's help to avoid her sons being taken as slaves due to her debts. Elisha, touched by her plight, asked her what she had at home. She replied she had only a little oil. Following his instructions, She borrowed many empty vessels from her neighbors, closed her door, and began pouring the oil. Miraculously, the oil kept flowing until all the containers were filled. This allowed her to sell the oil, pay off her debts, and provide for her family. This miracle not only saved her sons but also symbolized divine provision, showing that with faith in God's guidance, even the most desolate situations can be transformed into abundance. Another significant miracle by Elisha is the resurrection of the Shunammite woman's son, found in 2 Kings 4:32-37. The woman had shown great hospitality to Elisha, and in return, he promised her a son. The boy was born, bringing joy to the family, but he later died unexpectedly. In her distress, the woman sought Elisha, believing in his ability to bring her son back to life. Elisha returned with her and prayed to the Lord over the boy, who then revived after sneezing 7 times. This miracle highlights the power of faith in divine intervention, demonstrating that even in the face of death, hope and life can be restored through unwavering belief in God's power. These stories illustrate Elisha's profound role in demonstrating God's miracles and the importance of faith and divine guidance in overcoming life's challenges. Elisha, a celebrated and formidable warrior, faced a foe no weapon could conquer: leprosy. This affliction not only threatened his life, but also isolated him, overshadowing his past achievements. Despite his victories, Naaman felt powerless, reduced by his condition. His hope came from an unexpected source, a young Israeli captive, and his household spoke of a prophet in Samaria who could heal him. Desperate for a cure, Naaman set off for Israel, bringing wealth and letters from the Syrian king to secure his healing. However, upon reaching Israel, he faced a challenge that tested his pride. The prophet Elisha did not meet him, but instead sent a messenger with simple instructions: wash 7 times in the Jordan River. Naaman, expecting a grand gesture befitting his status, was insulted by this simplicity. Initially, he walked away in anger, unable to see beyond his pride and expectations. The turning point came through his servants, who urged him to reconsider. They reminded him that he would have obeyed difficult instructions without hesitation, so why not try something simple? Convinced by their reasoning, Naaman humbled himself and followed the prophet's directions. After bathing 7 times in the Jordan, his flesh was restored, as pure as a young boy's. This miracle was not just physical healing, but also a profound transformation of Naaman's spirit, teaching him humility, faith, and the true power of divine grace. His story invites us to reflect on our own pride and prejudices, reminding us that sometimes the healing we seek requires simplicity and humility.
If you found this video enjoyable, please consider liking and sharing it. Additionally, subscribing to this channel will ensure that you receive more updates in the future. Thank you.